What's up, y'all? It's Shuffle back with another viewer run. This one is from Sammy, aka Eclectic Spaghetti. They sent this to Discord, so thank you very much. This is an endgame mission, so obviously spoilers if you don't want to see it. I understand. We'll see you next time. For those of you who are going to stay, I'll explain it in a minute. So this is a first time attempt at this mission, so this will be a long one. It is over an hour of recorded footage, so we are in for a chill time watching one of the probably longest missions in the game. I'm gonna assume the spoiler crowd is already gone, but this is the third Darkest Dungeon mission, and that one can be a long one if you don't know what is happening. So we're gonna watch it, and I personally failed my first attempt at this dungeon, so we will see how this one goes. I think I failed relatively quickly too. I can't remember exactly what killed me, but I did fail. And I don't even know what the team is yet, so let's take a look. It seems like the audio is synced, which is cool. Highwayman in rank 4, so we're building the team on screen. Highwayman rank 4, big fan. Like, the more I play this, the more I don't like Highwayman. Back in like 2, to use point blank, it's usually not as good as it could be. So let's see what we got here. Oh, we got some good freaking quirks. Steady, not amazing here, but it does help. Gothic, unyielding, obviously pretty solid. I'd like to see hands. Please, hands over cleave. Please, hands from the abyss. Oh no. He's not even rank 1. We're gonna have to move him. I guess we like duelist past occultist, then fine. Corvid's Eye, very good. Manslayer not going to help us here. Prismatic Calm, fine. Musical, fine. Not worth locking in musical, so we got the standard loadout. We have a support Flage. I was told there would be support Flage. I have no idea why this is here. I may have accidentally locked it. Cove Explorer? Yeah. Understandable. But still. Yeah, I would definitely like to see Rain. Obviously, the person doesn't know what the dungeon is, so we have to keep that in mind. They don't know what the dungeon is, but we got some Corvid quirks, which is pretty cool. We got some Thing from the Stars too, which is nice. But yeah, I keep looking at that occultist, and I wish on a fish that it had hands from the abyss. So it makes it easier to use duelist to get past Flagellants, because Flagellant just has support loadout, so he doesn't need to be up front. You can actually put I would actually put Flagellant in looking at this 14-speed Jester, I would put Flagellant in 3. No joke. Because he doesn't need to be up front. We're not using Rain of Sorrows. We're not using a backline damage type of build where Flagellant with Rain, very powerful. For some reason, my brain just got tunnel vision right here. Really wanted to, build the Red Hook? Oh, jeez. This is the ultimate flex. Got everything else except the training ring, but is anyone a training ring candidate here? No. I do. Yeah, I would definitely start Flagellant in. It's weird because you start Flagellant in 3, and what happens? You start him in 3, and then you can't use not duelist. You can't use Battle Ballad on turn 1, which kind of sucks. So neither of these boost Reclaim, which is kind of not cool. This is like the one weakness of Healer Flage, is he doesn't have ways to boost Reclaim on people, which is his best heal. He can only boost Redeem. So these are 2 healing trinkets going into Redeem right now. I believe it was 2 healing trinkets. Vial Sand. We have Cauldron. Okay, so we're putting on Vial Sand. We have to be taking the stun, right? Yeah. Okay, good. Excellent. That's some mod stuff here. Not familiar with all of them at a glance, but definitely run the Hyper Stun setup. Very powerful. What else are we looking for? Like, what else would be good here? Maybe Signet Ring? Petrified Skull would be fantastic. There's a very good Petrified Skull dungeon. Obviously, again, I'm going to keep saying every time it crosses my mind, the person does not know what this dungeon is. So I believe the thing says they'd heard about it, You know, I'm going to take 1 second. I'm going to read the description here. Actually, let's scroll down. You can scroll down and read it together. It's not a flex-run. This is my first time attempting the third Darkest Dungeon quest. I had heard about it before, so I sort of knew what to expect. I knew about the white cell stocks, or knew that they were some bad news, but I didn't know exactly where to go or what other enemies were in the mission. Since I didn't really have much other information to go off of, I decided to create a team with a focus on maximum sustainability and flexibility, rather than massive damage output, resulting in this admittedly very strange setup I have here. Oh, and by the way, the reason the occultist named the Chosen One is because all my occultists have terrible luck. Not a single one of them survived a champion level quest apart from this guy, which is why I was so afraid of losing him. Well, it's the end of the game. You gotta take your best characters. Swapping the dodge for the vial. I would actually take the vial. Again, the person doesn't know exactly what's happening, but the vial would still be pretty freaking good. I don't think anything can move you here. No, I think the flesh dogs can pull you. So that's a case for Finale. And there's Banish. So there are cases to run Finale. This setup is fine. Oh, you got the CC set? Oh my goodness, this Highwayman, Slab Nightingale. This Highwayman is going to decimate. The Ancestor Scroll for Endure is pretty interesting. There's this, I don't know if it's good anymore, but there was a time when using Jester and Flagellant together to use both Endure and Inspiring Tune was very good. I'm going to pause this. Sometimes the video will freeze like this. You try to do your best to edit it out. For some reason, your Darkest Dungeon really doesn't like being in full screen and occasionally tabs out seemingly, tabs out seemingly at random. When you check on the recording. So if you see any jumps or stutters, I deeply apologize. It's completely fine. Appreciate the heads up. Darkest Dungeon's a weird game. It does not like being recorded in full screen. This is a problem I've had as well. So I'm very familiar with it. I always run it in window. I need all the food possible. We have bumper crop? Oh, this is so prepared. Very uber mega prepared. I don't think you need the bandages. I think you just need an absolute ton of anti-venom. Oh, there's no anti-venom! Oh, please. Oh, please. Dump a stack of bandages. I know you probably don't know, but please. Please dump bandages. It's such a change up too, because the first 2 missions have a lot of bleed focus, especially with the Cultist Priest and the Ascended Brawlers, and then it's just gone. Who cares about bleed at this point? Need Laudanum for Dirge. It's fine. You still get the stress bonus, I think. So it's not the end of the world. Herbs. I can't remember if there are any gnarly debuffs here. Jester's screwing us right there. It's the bandages. Dump the bandages. Do it. Yes. No. Oh, the laudanum. Okay. There's no horror debuff, so it's like, I still wouldn't take the horror. Or the laudanum, honestly. It's just not worth it. It's not worth Jester's damage. Because if we aren't running Gunner Highwayman, which we have the Bonk's the Ancestor, thank you. Yes, Bonk Ancestor. What did that last thing say? It's all for you editing? Okay. I appreciate cleaning it up before we start. Yeah, if we're running Gunner Highwayman, which doesn't look like we are. If we have Duelist Advance, we definitely shouldn't be favoring the damage bonus of Jester. And I feel like all those people that message me or like pop into stream when they say that they can't stand not using like faster walking anymore because it looks so slow. I've been playing on faster walking for like a month now because of the streaming, and I gotta say, it is way faster. This looks so slow. So I'm among that camp now. So for those of you who don't know, usually when you do this dungeon, you want to go right at the first fork because the antibody is a harder enemy than these two, or like than the other fight. Like this fight, oh, we have that super fast Highwayman. If the Highwayman is faster than the Jester, Is it gonna push? It did. Alright, this is awkward. It's alright, Flash, let's do it. The healing power of Flash. I could see that healing trinket that I was bashing on a second ago is probably okay just for the reclaim spam. I can understand that, especially if we don't have flesh art. If you've done this for the first time, you go to the right. Going right is much easier, so you go right like 1 or 2 rooms, then you go down like 2 or 3, and then you go right once more, and you're out of here. But when you don't know the layout, it's much harder. That was a pretty good net gain of stress heal. Get some value there. We can stun this turn. Does that have stun resist? Yeah, it did. McStab, is that you? Appreciate the lack of music. It's not as fun to listen to, but the, you know, it avoids the potential copyright hit. I usually don't get the copyright hits on these videos, which is nice. But they are... I do get them in other videos, but they've kind of stopped. That is some massive reclaim value. Not reclaim, redeem. Should be dead, yeah.
A faint hope blossoms.
A faint hope. Where next? I feel like we're going to be in here for a while. Just seeing the length of the video. Trying to pace myself here. I have a glass of water and I have a bottle of water, like I'm actually streaming, but I in fact am not. So the person, I believe they said they don't know what the cell stock does, they just know it's an issue. Okay, got our first cyst. How do we handle it? This thing is scary the first time you see it because it's just so massive. I think the first time I saw it I was like, ooh crap. Even if you don't know how the boss plays, it's usually a pretty good rule of thumb that if you have some ginormous enemy and it has a little helper thing, probably kill the little helper thing. There are only a couple exceptions to this, like Wilbur, but that is a thing. And Shuffling Horde also. Here comes the Blight, JK. This thing has to go down this turn. This team does not have enough damage. It has a lot of control. It has a ton of sustainability. Like, this team will probably not die in a single fight. Is that... That's slice off, right? I actually don't... I do like support Flash. I do like the idea of support Flash. But Flash doesn't have... Like, Suffer's not good enough. You can actually run this build and be completely fine and just put Rain of Sorrows over Suffer. It is a way to cure damage over time on someone that just doesn't take mortality debuffs and stuff, which is really nice. Probably would have sliced off here. Especially if we're going to duelist this turn. Because we have all these other turns after this to use Ballad. So getting one thing of damage in there would have been kind of nice. But I lost track of how long the stock's been up. Is that a back move? Can't remember if that's forward or back. For post value. Stress, not going to be too much of an issue. It's kind of the HP damage. Flash is going to have some hard turns at some point. I just go for the stun. We have the Cauldron. We should be stunning every single time. Well, someone needs a juicy heal. Crits are nice.
Give them no quarter.
Keeping us alive. I would actually consider not stress healing Highwayman if we have that set, because the length of this dungeon makes it pretty simple to actually virtue farm. So since you have the bonus stress from the CC set and the bonus virtue chance, just take the stress. You know, don't spend the time healing, just take that stress. Why not? Hit 100, use your 2 very potent stress healers, and lower it back down. And then try again if you don't get it, but you should probably get it the first time. This is so slow. Like, just knowing how this dungeon runs and then seeing this team, it's gonna have issues. It's more a matter of how many times do we get teleported, and do we get teleported to the right places? Do we also win? I don't know if we win. I have not looked at the end of this video, so I don't know if they win or not. These reclaims are going to do a pretty good job keeping people alive, which is nice. Like, everything's just slow in terms of dying and in terms of killing enemies. Because between the ability to stun and... God, we only have one attack they can hit for. It's very dangerous. Riposte is going to have to get us some big value. It has been so far. Riposte has probably done like half of the damage to this enemy. Oh my goodness. He's not even marked, dude. Not that I think Mark does anything to this. Is that Death Door on like the first fight? That's Stoneforge. At least it wasn't digestion or whatever, so we're not taking damage over time here. The one weakness to restoration, for as powerful as it is you need to get your turn first. So if you're not getting your turn, it is kind of bad. There's actually an argument to stun here. I would actually stun because Dismiss should be fast enough, especially if it's going to summon this turn. Dismiss would be fast enough to where this isn't an issue. Also, our torch is starting to dip because we have occultist spamming hands, which is a little dangerous. God, we have all this sustain and we're still taking damage and stress. It's so crazy. It just shows that in Darkest Dungeon... Okay, nice crit. The movement resist is pretty low on that. Oh my goodness, if we could actually push it back, that's a way through this, because if we could push it back, then occultists could just bully the cell stock, but I don't think it leaves a corpse. So even if we push it back, it's not going to matter, because they'll just come back next turn, but it is nice if it does happen. It's a net gain of 11 stress, which is pretty nice. Also, both of these having healing moves is kind of troll, if I do say. Yeah, what you're seeing is, for as much sustain as this team has, it's still falling behind. And the point I was trying to make is that in Darkest Dungeon, reactive plays, like reactive strategies, are just not better than proactive ones. Which, it's a bit unfortunate, honestly, because you can't just run super heavy control setups and like super heavy recovery setups and survive. You have to run stuff like stuns, and you have to stall. It's pretty hard to stall in this dungeon, just because of how the enemies work and the danger of the cell stock in the back. But like in a normal dungeons, like a normal not endgame dungeon, or you know, what have you, I guess there's no other example, it's just a normal type of dungeon. But in those situations, even if you have like heavy recovery, you still have to have stuns, and you still have to pick your spots to spam recovery. You can't just do it the entire time, just because the damage output and the stress output of the monsters is always higher than what you can heal just overall. Like, yeah, Jester can heal for, you know, in this case 22 stress, but this enemy can do like 30 stress in a turn. So it's already putting you behind, unless you're using Endure at the same time. But, you know, it can heal itself too. So as my phone just beeped, I'm sorry. As we're seeing, the recovery team is actually falling slightly behind. Got a message I gotta answer. Whenever I have my streaming software up, if I get like a message in Discord, I don't see it just because I'm streaming, so Discord has a streamer mode, which is pretty cool. I use my streaming software to record, so OBS can record too, so that's how I'm doing this. But yeah, so someone just DM'd me on Discord, so I don't see the notification on my computer, but I still get the text notification. Look how hard that hits. Oh, that's another Dust Door. I think it was exact lethal. Yeah, it was. Exacties.
A hand's breadth from becoming unwound.
Really curious what the player's thinking at this point. Because you see the life bars going down, so you have to be thinking like, okay, this is still killing the thing. You know, surprisingly too, I think Open Vein is still more damage here. Because if we get like 2 or 3 riposte each turn, then yes, Duelist is better. But if we're not getting those 2 or 3 riposte, then it's not as potent. We have 4 camps, so I don't know if Occultist has the... I wasn't paying attention to the camp skills. So I don't know if Occultist can cure the thing. Or a mortality debuff, what's it called? Like Dark Ritual? Again, very lucky we're not getting hit by double digestion, or whatever it is. Because that's how someone's going to die in this. It's just going to be digestion down to Death's Door with Blight, and then you just die. Especially because of needing recovery or restoration, I should say.
Impressive.
This is like the hardest thing for Occultist too, is do I stun or do I heal? And good pacing with the Flagellant skill, so spacing them out so the debuff comes off every time. So that's good. That's a hard thing to do with Flage. Especially in this situation where you just feel so much pressure to like heal and do stuff. I'm really curious if the player's gonna swap. They're going for a finale. Yeah. No, I respect it. You definitely finale here. Like, oh goodness, I need to get rid of this enemy. So finale's a nice spike of damage, but Jester has to come out of rank 4 for it, which is a little sketch. I would 100% Open Vein, yeah. Plus, I think if you're stacking Duelist Advance, you're getting the damage penalty each time. I think it's still Reclaim here. Yeah. Yeah, see this? Oh, that was a good dodge. Yeah. Oh, no! The assist was okay with us and how we were doing stuff. And then right there, it was like, nah, man. You're not going to get that finale. You're gone. I gotta pause real quick. Give me 1 sec, sorry. Miss. I was hoping to get away with not having to make any actual cuts of editing. But alas, my cat decided he had to meow at me to exit the room. Now my other cat's awake. Kitties. I was gone all weekend, so I didn't see my kitties. I came back and like, meow. Been hanging out with me. Nice. Free finale, JK. Stun 2. This isn't a great finale, which is kind of unfortunate. Like, the finale targets the first one. And I'm not too familiar with getting teleported, honestly. Like, I've been teleported in this dungeon, but I don't remember if, for instance, do you lose your finale buffs that the Jester's been charging the entire time. I'm actually not sure. Those have to wear off after a battle, right? Because they would just last forever. And you just carry finale charge into every battle, which would be a little upsetting. Okay, so they tabbed out here, or it stuttered. I'm glad I got the warning there, because otherwise I would have thought that my stuff was messing up. Definitely, yeah, kill the second one here. And hopefully... The ideal... is a little scary. Okay. The ideal scenario is that Flash goes first. Yep, we got it. Then we reclaim Jester. Reclaim Jester. We don't have finale on! I forgot we took it off. I think I said specifically for the dogs. Oh boy. There's definitely a camp. I'm starting to think that like the game assumes you're gonna get teleported 4 times. Because it gives you the 4 camps here. And like the best time to use them is every time you get teleported. So I respect the chance to stall here by moving... what's his face? Highwayman up there. And unfortunately we just got a pretty wimpy heal. Yeah, we gotta close this out. Good. Definitely camp. Is this the God port? No, it's not. There is one room on the bottom that if you get teleported there, I think you have to just fight the ending boss, like the ending sis. You don't have to fight anything else. Well, no, you fight like the room you get teleported in, then you fight, I
In
think,
the dark,
like a
the
Templar,
battle may yet be won.
and then I think you might fight one antibody, and then you fight the cyst, and you're out here. So there is one spot to go. When I reviewed Nick's run for this dungeon where they did solo Flage, that was the one they got. They got teleported to like the best possible spot, which made soloing this much easier. Every rose looks pretty good, actually. Actually, every rose is sick. Please press it. So the reason we should have pressed every rose there is because if we want to keep using Endure, then it really buffs Endure's value. So it should knock off like 1 or 2 extra points from what Flage has taken, which is nice. That, you know, that adds up over a while. That's just net gain of stress heal.
The light.
Especially because with Jester being able to... There's 2 reasons I would take it. So with Jester being able to heal 22 stress, like per shot, that's good enough. You know, that's like one shot, and Occultist is back to pretty much normal. You know, he's at about 10 at that point. And if you really want to, you can do it again. But it's fine. It's actually fine. And then on top of that, you get the stress prevention, which is very powerful. Because as I was saying before, recovery effects aren't as strong as prevention, so being proactive, and reducing stress taken via stuns or like percentage through skills and stuff, very proactive. So it looks like the player's trying to go back to the fight they had, just to close it out, because I think they keep the damage, which is nice. But of course on the way there's just another cyst, because there's literally, no joke, I think there's 8? Something like that. There are quite a few in here. There's the one at the end, and there's like 3 or 4 surrounding the locust beacons. So that's 4, and I think there's like maybe 4 or 5 outside of that. There might be more than that. I can't quite remember, but it has to be at least 7 or 8. So there's quite a few. I'm also surprised that after we saw how that... There's 2 things. Actually, it's one thing that... It's the same thing. So I'm surprised that after that last fight, we're not swapping Flage to Rain of Sorrows. We're not... We can't really be built for it, huh? We would have to dump the Resurrection Caller. But Suffer, I don't think we've pressed Suffer 1 time. Maybe we pressed it once. But Suffer is not getting value here, sadly. Just because we have so many anti-venoms and stuff that if we... Oh, really? Teleport on turn 2? Thanks, dude. Okay, up in the other corner. At this point, why not just fish for teleports and land in the good spot? Definitely reclaim. Mark? I mean, you get speed, right? I think. Like how they block themselves with their little arms, like, eh. Also, the way the tentacles are, like, white-tipped, I mean, I guess you could think they're bones. It kind of reminds me of, like, cordyceps. Shouts to The Last of Us. So that was the thing in The Last of Us, right? It was the cordyceps fungus making zombos. Hashtag spoilers. Game's been out for, like, 8 years. I'm not talking about the second one. Get with the times. Yeah, the thing I was going to get at is, we haven't really pressed Suffer. Okay, we pressed Suffer. No, that was Endure. So I think we pressed Suffer... Suffer into Endure? Actually pretty freaking strong. That was kind of nutty. So that's why the stress gain right there was 1, because Suffer gives you like something crazy, like 40% reduced stress. Which is cool. Yeah, like, even if we wanted to swap to Rain of Sorrows, we have that Resurrections Caller, which would kind of blow up what we're trying to do. By using Flage Main Healer. So it kind of sucks. Okay, we got another cyst. Like, the moment we're able to put one of these down, I think we're going to be fine. It's either going to come down to 3 things. 1, the player just getting teleported repeatedly, or dying in a fight and just running out of stuff, the attritional aspect, which is exactly what this dungeon is designed to do. So if you have a solid team, but you don't know the mechanics, then you're just going to lose to attrition sometimes. The other is just dying in a fight, which it could happen. Like, we are just one, no joke, we are one crit digestion cleave or whatever, because I think digestion can cleave, right? I think it can crit as well, so we're just one cleave crit away from serious danger. And then the third option is we just clear it. But also, I think, it's kind of the beauty of this dungeon too, where the player's been teleported twice, and each time it's on the outside of the room, so you can kind of start to understand, like if you're really staring at the map and thinking about it. Cat's making some noise, hold on. I feel like Echo's very upset with me. I took 2 of his toys away, because they were noisy toys. I'm like, I'm sorry dude, I'm recording. I'm trying to buy you some cat food. Yeah, so the dungeon's interesting because, like, if you're paying attention to the map, and you get teleported, you know, once or twice, you can kind of start to see that it's trying to keep you away from the center. So at that point, you're like, okay, obviously I have to go to whatever's in the middle. Even if you make it to the middle, there are a couple, you know, rows and columns that can be a difference, so you're not quite guaranteed to find the end, but there are things that kind of tell you you're going there. Like the Locust Beacon room is unique in terms of what it looks like, and I think there are a couple Templars. So you're running around, you're fighting dogs, polyps, and the cyst, and then at some point you're like, oh, here is a Templar. I have not seen these anywhere else, so obviously, like, the threat level is supposed to be ramping at this point, so by seeing those and understanding the map and knowing you have to go towards the center, you kind of start to understand that's like, okay, this is the way out. Which is weird because this is a mission where you have to activate something. These aren't unique in this game, but activating something is, like, activating the Locust Beacon is interesting. Okay, we resisted. That's good. Okay, that might be a dust door? No. What's the highest we've seen on displays? 3? Oh no, Jester getting bullied, but he dodges. Even with the mortality debuff. I lost my train of thought. I was going too tangential. Like Super Saiyan 2 tangential. It's definitely Reclaim. 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 Lamarck's not going to draw fire, I think so. Reclaim. Reclaim. I believe the digestion blight's like 6 damage or something ridiculous. It's either 4 or 6. Watch it be 5, but still. It's no Sky Taint. Not Sky Taint. Phase Gnaw. From a certain ridiculously dumb roaming boss. The teleport. At least the rooms we teleport to aren't that difficult by comparison. You know, the super sustain strategy, it was a little iffy in the fight that went like 14 turns or whatever it was. But when we do a little bit of damage and get teleported, it kind of adds up and it does fine, which is surprising. Yeah, there are 2 things I'm surprised of, is that the first is we haven't put on Rain of Sorrows and swap that trinket. Like, with how much Reclaim is being pressed, I would have just swapped out Resurrection's Collar, and I would have had Rain at this point, just to kill these enemies, because, like, shooting them once and using Rain of Sorrows, you know, once or twice, should be enough to get rid of them. But we also have a movement-heavy party with Highwayman, so the other would be, if you don't want to run Rain, which is completely fine, is probably run Finale. Because we have Dirk Stab to move. And Dirk Stab into like Slice Off isn't great, but Dirk Stab into Finale, you know, especially on a team like this that has Sustain, where Jester just sits at the back for like 6 turns, ideally. So Jester sits in rank 4 for no joke, like 5 or 6 turns, and then Dirk Stab, Finale. Like, I think that's what would help quite a bit, because this team can easily survive 8 turns. The problem it has is killing power, and we're not going back to finish off that Sis. We're going to go finish off the other one. This might be an antibody fight. The rare hunger check in here. I feel like hunger checks aren't that common. This dungeon. Is it an antibody fight here?
Victory.
Where are the... Yeah, it is. Okay. I don't know this map perfectly, but I have some awareness. Okay. Nash. That's a cool name too, Nash. Not with the G, obviously, but like N-A-S-H. But then I think like Pluto Nash, and that movie was... The movie got a lot of hate, but you know what? I enjoyed it. I miss Eddie Murphy. It's kind of weird too. The cell stocks look like the antibodies, so you're like, is this the same uber-threatening enemy that I have to kill in 2 turns? Turns out it's not. That's about as ideal as it can be. Getting hit with a potential stun while you have the restoration effect on you. It's pretty nice. Okay, definitely should have killed the antibody there. Because we have nothing else to really hit it besides Flage. Not Flage, Occultist. But I'm a firm believer in cleaning your plates. It's another mortality check on this dude. Right, he already had a mortality debuff. Maybe he didn't. He didn't, right? No, he didn't. Ooh, no. The one crappy part about Occultist is he has Dark Ritual, which is an amazing ability. But he can't use it on himself. This is about as scary as it gets right now, because Suffer might actually be it. Yeah, okay, so there's a stutter. But, okay, good. Good way to draw fire. So that was a bit scary. Cultist could have died, obviously. That's about the worst case scenario. We have Restoration on deck, but like we're out of turns at that point. Man, every time I bash on Resurrection's color, I see these big, massive, girthy heals. And I feel like I was wrong. Fetch in rank 1, that's interesting. They usually don't do that, I feel like. I guess they have the potential to, but it just seems like, why would you use a move that can pull on someone in rank 1? That should hit like 3 and 4 only. Stun. Oh my goodness. We really went for it, which is fine, it succeeded, but I would have stunned there just to be consistently safe. I feel like we're just gonna get the God teleport at some point. And then that's just gonna be it. Yeah, I definitely think, like, I've been talking about putting Rain of Sorrows on. I definitely think it's Finale. I think it's Finale over Slice Off. We pressed Slice Off like 2 times that I can remember. We press Dirk Stab quite often, and that's fine. Although it does have some anti-synergy here. It's clunky. It's kind of clunky to switch to right now. Just because you want to Ballad on turn 1, and then use Duelist Advance. So it's like, turn 2, Jester, what if he, goes first? And then he Dirk Stabs and puts Highwayman back into rank 4? I guess you shoot after that. That's probably how I would do it. Or just let him Duelist past you for a couple turns. That's also fine. So I think, how would I do this? Now that I think about it. This might be a Redeem turn. Redeem's looking pretty nice. Reclaim's always good, but Redeem, we're low HP. No one's dotted. We don't need to endure, so it's Redeem or it's Reclaim. I think we might be able to get away with the Reclaim. I think we could, yeah. I dig it. Feels bad when you get bled through your Flagellant or your Resurrection's Collar, which I just realized that's probably what the bandages are for. It's to heal him in case he bleeds himself. So I understand that now. Since you can't suffer your own dots off, which is understandable. Obviously, if you have Flesh Heart, then it's just not an issue. Flesh's Heart would have been so much better. Obviously, it's a high-level boss trophy, so I understand not having it. But if I was to run this team, personally, with like these skills, I would probably put Flesh Heart over Resurrection Collar. And that gives me the flexibility of using Rain of Sorrows. But Suffer hasn't been pressed much, but Suffer might have prevented a kill so far, and it blocked stress that one time that I caught. I can't remember every single turn so far. But Suffer has gotten a little bit of value, which is cool and interesting. I didn't realize that debuff was minus damage. That's so mean. This team is just chilling though. It's so funny. It's only camped once. It's probably shoot the back. We're getting the crits. That damage debuff really hurt us right there. By not hurting things. I would have reclaimed. Just because that's easily a death store hit right there. Just a cult, like anyone being under 15 in this dungeon is at risk of digestion plus blight. Okay, it didn't matter. You can't repost that, right? That would have been so funny. Okay, went back to a room we had before. At some point, we're going to hit all the teleport rooms. Or we're going to hit the God Seed. Which, if you don't know, the room for the best teleport, it's in like the bottom right. Or it might be like the bottom center, but it's on the bottom. I would like to see the rematch of the Sis we've already fought. That would have been nice. Would have been nice. Polyps. That's 4 enemies. That's more than 3. Gulp. I banish you, occultist.
Unnerved, unbalanced.
Sorry about that. That is a scary moment in time, but thankfully we did not get blighted. But I keep thinking back to how the occultists have apparently been dying in this file, so seeing them survive is very welcome. Okay, what's the speed on the dogs? Is it like 10? 12? How much is it? Is that 13? Excuse me? 9. Was it 9? I don't know. It's hard to see when the mouse swings over stuff, but I try. I'm looking for it. God, finale be so good. Finale that first dog, or that probably the first dog, not even the back polyp. I wouldn't have done that. It's nice to get the synergy. Trying to get rid of these quickly. Slice off? Is it time? Is slice off not cosmetic? Oh, they're buddies. Okay. Nice part about that flagellant loadout is you can just get put anywhere. It just doesn't matter. I would have considered stacking a second reclaim on there. Potentially trying to like bleed yourself too for the low health stuff, but we are getting hits anyway, so it's okay. Nice. No stun, even better. Oh my goodness, finale be so good. Oh, that was definitely the finale turn. Actually, you could Dirk Stab this turn and then finale next turn. Would have been so good. Okay, not healing a cultist last turn makes sense now. We're set up for that fat redeem. Dig it. No echo. I'm working, kitty. I fed you 3 hours ago. He's like, please, it's been 3 hours. I want more food. It's like, no, you don't get more food. Stop it, Echo. Apologize for my cat and his shenanigans. He's gonna jump in my chair in a minute. I'm gonna have to pause the video. Yep, here he comes. Don't do it. Sorry about that. I think he was mad that I took his toys, so he's trying to bug me. And I feel bad. Alright, what are we looking at? Is this reclaim? The gauntlet switches hands. Thick showed me this and I can't unsee it now. But that's a thing. Like, why? Why, Red Hook? Had to fire a warning shot at my cat there. Took the spray bottle. Didn't even spray him with it, just shot in his general direction. Oh, he's mad.
A trifling victory.
Whatever. I'm dealing with it.
But a victory nonetheless.
I'm dealing with it. Do your worst, Echo. Hitting all the scratch posts. Ruining my commentary. Gonna get comments like, LOL, the cat's funny, and then, bruh, the cat. People get mad at my cats. I had like a couple, like, stream buds and stuff where the cats were a big deal. Like, bro, I'm not trying to watch your cats. Like, I'm sorry. I only have a limited time to record, and I'm outside that window right now. There he goes, running away. It's okay, they missed me. I was gone. The dogs leave corpses too. It's important to remember. Like, we're not in danger of dying. So this is just a grind out type of scenario now. Is that suffer value? Okay. Crit him for literally the same damage. Pretty cool. Okay. Nice. Open vein. Just finish it. Like, I respect the stalling here, but... The one actual weakness of Dismas is the anti-stall. Not even just the riposte damage, but the... You know, just the pretty strong on-hit damages and stuff. So I think if we go through this room and take a left, we will get out of here. So I'm pretty sure it's in this row. Take the left, take the left. Oh, yes. Yeah, the player definitely sees what's happening now. If you're lucky enough to get teleported to the bottom, you can walk up and not fight assist, except for the Locust Beacon, I believe. So maybe we're going to get teleported there, maybe we won't need it. This mission's an hour. We're about 45 minutes in. So I see us finally beating one of these. Like, we have to, right? We just have to beat one of these. We have to beat two of them, but, you know, at some point I feel like we're going to beat one. The dodge. Sick, nasty dodge. Definitely stun. Take its last turn. Oh, no wonder Occultist hasn't been stunned. We have Wilbur's flag. Okay, so we have Wilbur's flag, but do we have Flesh Heart? That means we beat Flesh twice at the minimum. I can't remember if the Trinket Box had it or not. Yeah, Finale's definitely missing. I'm not trying to go in circles with my commentary here, but Finale's definitely the thing we need, I think. IMO. Suffer to draw fire. I think it was still Reclaim right there. It was definitely Reclaim. We can Suffer next turn. Is that 8? Jeez Louise. Is it always 8? Holy crap. Never mind, excuse me, Phase No. Get lost. Soak up the blight, nice. More suffer value. Definitely open vein. Actually, yeah, shoot that first. This is awkward because now it's gonna, oh, definitely stun. Yes. Gets its one turn after this. Summons its homie. To my side, white cell stock. Do you think it's the same cell stock getting summoned each time, or is it just a new one that they make? Alright, are we in... Oh my goodness, that's so much. Yeah, are we in open vein territory? Open vein's kind of nice here. I was thinking it sucks, like, because we don't have rank 4 damage besides Highwayman, we have to spend so much time killing backline enemies. We have to kill them, like, we have to duelist and then pistol shot twice and hope we get some riposte into the big dude. I was gonna say, I think we would get out of here, but honestly, if a cultist dies here, we're done. So I was thinking, God, we're so close. I want to see this win. Okay, that helps. Just don't die, cultist. Oh, never mind. We get suffer. Oh, we get redeemed too. The value. God, this healer flash is doing so much work. I am for this. Stun it. Just stun it, yeah. Just only let it summon. Because stun still does a couple damage. It slows it down. Because now it gets to summon, and we're going to take whatever attack's coming up. Just, like, this could be just a crit digestion. And you can't do anything about it. So you always want to make sure you have, like, a turn or something that you can answer with. But we have so much speed from this ballad and these buffs. Stun? Stun. Especially because that stuff can happen. Dang, we just literally tanked that digestion, no problem. Kind of like the support setup on Fladge. I mean, for a lot of reasons. But since his stuff gives him speed, like Endure gives him speed, and I can't remember if Suffer gives him speed, but those are both... Just getting extra speed on top of, like, Ballad and stuff is pretty helpful, because that means Fladge can go early in the round and just answer whatever's happening. Point blank value, finally. Stun this thing up front with the cultist. Oh my goodness, this is how we're gonna do it, right? Because with this thing trapped up front, a cultist, what's the stun chance on it? 73? Oh, I would have stunned. Please, it could teleport. Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it. Reconstruct. Do something. No! We gotta teleport that thing. I know the player doesn't know the mechanics of teleport. So teleport happens with an increasing chance after the first turn. I think the first turn it's 0, but then after that it's like a small chance, and then it's a bigger chance, and I think it's exponential. It's either multiplicative or exponential in terms of how fast it comes up. So, like, if you're not stunning it or killing it on turn 2, that was like the best scenario we could hope for. We had the cyst in the back. We had the cyst at half HP. We could have stunned the... We could have stunned the stalk that turn, and then what? So stun it, open vein on the cyst probably. Can't slice off on the cyst, which is kind of unfortunate. But we could have did those things. That would have been another... What was that? Open vein plus... Well, just open vein on its own. If the bleed stuck, it would have been like... I don't know, about 16, 20 damage. That's not bad. And then stun it next turn. Then we could have, like, open veined on the stalk and killed it. And then point blanked and got more damage. Especially if it's summoned. That would have been so good. Because, like, we kill the stalk, it resummons the stalk at the end of the turn, and then we point blank on the next turn and just shove it back again. Then a cultist can keep stunning it. That's the ideal kind of scenario there. It's like, there's a couple ways we can get through assist. But at least this team's not dying, right? It's just surviving. Probably another reclaim. Yeah. Just throw them out, why not? We're surviving. What's reclaim's bleed chance? About 35? 35, 40? I think it's 160, so it's 35. We've only camped the one time. Oh, that's like the worst teleport. God dang it.
And driven into the mud.
That's not the one we wanted to see. We should have camped. Like, why not? You know, we should have camped just to get the torch up and stuff. That was definitely a camp room. We can also camp in here, depending on what happens. Okay. I would 100% camp in here just to get the HP, the torches to save the torches, and just get some buffs. Take the mortality debuff off someone. Cats doing stuff. Surprisingly, no blight off that crit. That's pretty helpful. I think that Suffer was instinctual. Oh, you just take the mark. That's right. Forgot it cleanses it. Alright, now we're not stunning. That's awkward. Ooh. I think Duelist was right there. Just because we get the potential for counterattacks. Occultist had a heal target. Definitely would have Duelist there too. Slice off value. It's happening. Although Dirk Stab would have been just fine. Banish. Redeem value. So satisfying. Okay, I think that was its exact life. Good job. The central question is, how do we get rid of assist? I'm just not seeing it without swapping stuff. Like, we either have to swap 1 or 2 skills, or we have to do some setup that's very cumbersome. Like, we have to do what we did before, where we point-blank shot the assist into the back, and then set up for a second point-blank shot, like right after. We have to do something like that, and stun lock the assist, because with the Cauldron, we can hit 1 stun pretty easily. 2 stuns, it's about a 50-50. What would that be? It's at 73 plus 50, that's 123. Base chance is what, 150 plus 30, so that's 180. 123, is that 57? 123 and 180. Yeah, it's 57. So that's not a bad chance to stun. Oh, is this another way to teleport past the assist? Okay, good.
A moment of respite. A chance to steal.
Come on, Spaghetti. I want to believe that we're going to get there. I want to frickin' believe we're going to get there. What should we do here? Definitely Dark Ritual. Dark Ritual and some damage. Yeah. Just hyper carry. Oh, we just going full hyper carry. Oh, I'm about this. Let's do it. Nothing for 1 point. Yeah, we're done. I'm about this. Maybe this is how we're gonna get out of here. We are the flame. Okay, I think there's assist in this hallway. Is that the beacon at the bottom of this? It's either... Oh my goodness, is it? It's either this room or it's the one to the right. It's very close. I feel like it's the one to the right. It might not be. It might be this one. Oh, let's do it. I'm so happy. Let's do it. I'm about this. Okay, there's a stutter thing. These dudes are so much more tame in this scenario, which is fine. It's kind of fun to see like a torn up mini boss being a shell of its former self. And more endure value. That was actually negative value. Probably could have put the preemptive reclaim on, honestly. Or suffer. Good dodge. Good job, Occultist. Yeah, why not reclaim? Just set up the redeem for like next fight. That amount is so much. Oh, the 22 stress heal. Someone had musical, right? So that explains where it came from. Okay, nice. This fight is cleaned up. Especially with that stun. Oh, let's do it. Man, I think these stabs are working out, but I would definitely be stunning a lot of these. Because this thing's dead next turn, like, guaranteed anyway. So stunning it would just be nice. Unless the whole plan was to get Flash to low HP, so you can open with Redeem. I probably would have saved that, honestly. Probably would have. Okay. It's funny, I'm sitting here advocating for the stun. We still get out of the fight at full HP and no stress. We're missing, what, 2 HP on Jester? Please be the beacon. It is the beacon. Oh, we have to beat this one time. One time. We've seen this fight like 7 times. We know how it works. We know we have to kill the back dudes. He summons the back dudes. Let's do it. Let's do it. I'm gonna be heartbroken if this ends. Okay, the extra damage on Dismas, pretty good. I think with the damage debuff that he had last time, I think the crit was only like 24. I can't remember if it had Mark Synergy. Still, 24 is respectable, but it's not 35 instant one-tap. I don't know if this was intended either, but like the Mammoth Cyst hitting you with bulging gaze, like, is it noticing my bulge? Who knows? Who knows? It's got 25 HP. Okay. That means the 24 crit was so heartbreaking because it had 1 HP. These crits, when you need them. I would have put I'd be putting down some, oh, what a clutch dodge. Some reclaims right there. Okay, so we have to kill the stock this turn. Kill stock this turn, stun cyst, give it. I would have sliced off. I actually would use slice off right there. Just get the damage in. Like, we don't need more than 1 stack of Ballad, honestly. Like, any more than 1 just overkill right now. Still have the debuff. So that was good to clean it up. Definitely would have stunned. Give it 1 turn, because now it gets us back to back. So I keep seeing it. Like, this could be Digestion crit on Jester plus Blight. And that's just dead. It is 8 points. Oh, that's so nasty. You know, what's funny? This team, it can do it, dude. It can actually do it. Just the double tap of... We don't have to dance. It's just that simple. Because we can just use Gunner Highwayman and just shoot the stock every turn. The crit's nice, like it looks nice. But we just shoot the stock every turn. It should go down in 2 shots. If it doesn't, we just cry and say GG. But we double tap the dude in the back. We have to kill it with Occultist now. But then we just spam slice off on the cyst. That's how we get out of here. But we don't really have that potential now. Okay, good job. Thank you for the crit Occultist. Unquenchable fire. Oh, I don't want to die here. I don't want to die in this room. This is the end. I don't want to see it. Don't do this to me. Oh, we're getting greedy for that damage. We should have went for another... Oh, please. Wait, hold on, hold on. Anti-venom. 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 Oh, we're not getting the stun either. Oh, this is so scary. Oh, an Occultist came through for us. That's so clutch. That's a little scary, right? You're about to take 16. Although we're pretty far out of range of anything. Oh, no. No! Oh, I want to scream. Oh my goodness, no, please, not like this, dude. Not like this. Okay. Gotta shoot the back. Eye on the prize, gotta shoot the back. Gotta shoot the back, the crit's nice, but you gotta shoot the back. We're gonna get ported. God, the redeem is so clutch. Just a full heal on Occultist. Or not Occultist, but on Flage. Okay, it doesn't teleport us, right? 1 time. Stun. Oh, please stun. We have the Cauldron. We should be stunning. This definitely feels like, some nerves are setting in. Because, like, oh, we're almost there. Right? We're almost there. We can do this. We're almost there. So you just get greedy for damage. I do this in Dark Souls all the time. Where it's just slow it down. Shoot the backline, please. We're getting crits everywhere though. Like, the sadness would be killing this thing and then still getting teleported. Although, I don't know if we've locked it into spamming Reconstitute because of the low HP. Because this thing's using Revivify each turn. Or at least on one of its turns. Displace. This thing has been alive for what, 4 turns? 5 turns and it hasn't ported us? It's up though, it's going to. It's in the next like 2 turns, if it's gonna happen. Although we are like not 2 crits, we're pretty close here. Slice off? If we're going damage, it's slice off. Oh, we didn't get the move. The move into Occultist Stun would have been so clutch. I would have reclaimed there. Stun. Okay, it might still be hitting. Oh no. Oh, Fladge. Oh, don't. Oh my goodness. My hands are on my head, dude. I'm leaning back. This is so tense. No! Oh, but the stun! The Fladge stun, dude! Carry us! Please slice off! Oh my god, the Fladge stun, dude. Oh my god. Fladge died so we could win!
Be wary.
We may not have won without Fladge dying.
A dizzying fall.
And then, like, the meanest thing in this game is you don't, like, have something to activate the frickin' beacon. You just click it. It's like, are we out of here? Do we know that we're done? This room is different than all the other rooms. I'm so sad. Oh, I'm so sad for Fladge, but he had to die. Like, Fladge dying won the game. Okay, they obviously know there's a way out of here. The celebratory camping. Spam all our stuff here. It's gotta feel good though. It's like, okay, we made it out, but Fladge. The ultimate sacrifice. Okay, I found an episode title. Do it. We're out here. Oh, that was an adventure. I gotta edit this behemoth. Rat carcass. So troll. What do we get? Grey Rot? Weak Grip? Oh my goodness. Neither of these are good. Cophobe, that's like one of his best places. Weak Grip. Sucks. Grey Rot. There are a couple characters that's okay on. Occultist is probably not one of them, so. Thank you, Spaghetti, for the run. Good job beating it. That was pretty intense at the end there. So, obviously, if you want to send your runs, DM them to me on Discord. Make sure that I keep on top of it because I forget, and I just get stuff buried in my DMs. Next time, I don't know what the next run is. I can't remember off the top of my head, but if you want to, stay tuned, like, comment, subscribe, all that stuff. Check out the stuff in the box, like Twitch and or Patreon and or Discord. Keep being awesome. I'm out of here. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you later.